Playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. In motion left, Flowers. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Second and 6. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. Moore. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice throw from the rookie out of Miami, and it's going to be good for a first down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll look to throw again. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And down inside the 15 he goes. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Second and 11. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the... A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's got it. And it's a Titans touchdown. Chigakonkwo, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. And it winds up just an incomplete pass, though. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Jackson to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. To throw is Ward. Throwing to start the drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Moore. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakankwo with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Titans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking for Bateman, he's got him complete. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Shakes off the side, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed, It's intercepted.
Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
The 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
So that, Charles, obviously just a game changer here this fourth quarter, and they're an extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it, because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
And there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball, trying to salt things away, to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception. Ward escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this, because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. To Henry. And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a 1st down, but the tackle comes in bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jackson to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing. Jackson.
Flush to his right.
Connecting with Hill.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here now, 3rd down.
One last shot for Jackson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, they said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it.